the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
And tonight on DC News Now at 5, human remains found in Prince George's County. What police are saying tonight. And drivers, brace yourselves. New changes have arrived at the GW Parkway. We'll have how you can best navigate to avoid sitting in traffic. And later, stretching your dollar, a major big box store has filed for bankruptcy. We have how you can save on items before it's expected to close its doors. And thank you for joining us for DC News Now at 5. I'm Mark Hall. Wisconsin Avenue in Glover Park has reopened after it was shut down by a police investigation. Metropolitan Police, along with the United States Secret Service, are investigating what they say is a suspicious package that happened near the Russian embassy. What exactly they found remains under investigation. We'll continue to bring you updates as the story develops. And in Prince George's County, Maryland, the police department is looking into what they are calling an active death investigation. This is a look at the scene from earlier today in the 1900 block of Amherst Road in Hyattsville. Police are not commenting on the investigation at this hour. In breaking news, U.S. Secretary Antony Blinken announced today a 72-hour ceasefire starting at midnight in Sudan. The U.S. has begun facilitating departure of private U.S. citizens who want to leave, and that's according to the White House National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan. Well, this comes after Special Operations Forces evacuated the U.S. Embassy in Sudan on Sunday from fighting between two rival Sudanese commanders. Again, U.S. Special Operations Forces evacuated nearly 100 U.S. Embassy personnel from Sudan's capital, and officials say that there were no shots fired and no casualties. President Biden ordered the evacuation with no end in sight. Sullivan reiterated that the administration continues to look at every conceivable option to help Americans get out of Sudan, but it's not considering peacekeeping troops.
We are actively facilitating the departure of American citizens who want to leave Sudan, as the State Department has been urging them to do for years.
And nearly 16,000 private U.S. citizens are registered with the embassy and that are currently living in Sudan. Well, taking a look outside tonight, where we had partly sunny skies with highs in the upper 50s and the low 60s. Well, temperatures dropped tonight. Let's head over now to meteorologist Damon Matson. Checking the forecast. Damon, are chilly temperatures going to be sticking around, or do we expect to warm up?
Well, it does appear like last week's summer preview was just that, a preview, because this morning we woke up to some chilly temperatures here. We stayed in the 40s off to the east, not too bad, but places like Martinsburg, Cumberland, down in the upper 20s and low 30s. Widespread frost to start our day. That sunshine out there, though, did help to bring us back to a more comfortable level, but definitely still on the cool side, barely into the 60s in D.C., much of Northern Virginia, Manassas, and Culpeper. But here you go. We still have those middle to upper 50s across Western Maryland, West Virginia, and it is going to start to get cool once again this evening and into the night as a west to northwest wind continues out there at about 10 to 15 miles an hour in some locations, ushering more of that chillier air in. So we stay in the upper 50s and low 60s while the sun is up, but once it sets, folks, it is going to start to turn on to the chilly side of things for us as we progress into our night. And here you go. It's going to get cold enough. We have freeze warnings across pretty much the entire western viewing area here in the purple, with frost advisories running along the very eastern edge of that in the blue there, as we are expecting frost and freeze conditions, and the growing season has commenced in full effect across the whole area. So bring those sensitive plants inside or protect them the best you can, folks. It's going to be a chilly one. Do we expect, though, the temperatures to stay this cold all week? We'll have your full forecast in just a bit.
All right, Damon, thank you. And 4 children and 1 adult are recovering today after a school bus crash in Montgomery County, Maryland. It happened on Old Columbia Pike. They all have non-life-threatening injuries. The bus was driving kids for the Fairland Elementary School. What exactly led up to the crash remains under investigation. And in D.C., fire and EMS crews rescued a worker who had a medical emergency at a construction site. It happened near the Hillsdale community, and you can see first responders used a Stokes basket. The person, we are told, was conscious and alert. A commuter alert tonight. Drivers, brace yourselves. If you ever use the GW Parkway, chances are that you might spend more time sitting in traffic than usual. DC News Now's Joseph Olmo covers transportation for us, and he has what you need to know.
I got one piece of advice for you. Grab whichever headache medicine works the best, because you are going to need it over the next couple of years. You know, the National Park Service, which is in charge of the road work here, says that this project isn't going to wrap up until December of 2025, which means one of the DMV's busiest roadways, 26 million travelers every year, is about to get a whole lot more congested. So what's actually happening? Well, all it takes is one drive on the GW Parkway to know that the roads here need some work. There are potholes, there are patches, lots of uneven areas. It certainly does not make for a pleasant drive. So construction crews will breathe new life into the roadway over the next couple of years. We're talking new asphalt, new roadside barriers, new walls, everything you would expect with a new road. But in order to do that, they have to shut down a considerable amount of the parkway. Take a look at this. The GW Parkway, normally two separate roadways, right? 2 lanes northbound, some trees in the middle, and then 2 lanes southbound. That is changing. During the morning and evening rush hour, the northern part of the roadway from Route 123 all the way up to the Capitol Beltway, it's going to be shrunk down to just 3 lanes, and for the rest of the day, shrunk even more to just 2 lanes. So here's the deal. The best way to get through all of this is actually to go around it. Try not to use the GW Parkway if you don't have to. If you do have to use it, use navigation on your phone, Apple Maps, Google Maps. If there's any red lines along the GW Parkway, it's probably not going to be a smooth ride in to DC or out of DC. The National Park Service is also offering an email sign up for anybody who wants traffic alerts sent directly to their inbox. That's a really good option. You guys know me. Use the Metro if you can as well. If you have a station by your house, use it to get into DC. That's going to be quicker than sitting in the traffic here along the GW Parkway. Reporting here, I'm Joseph Olmo, DC News Now. Back to you.
Joseph, thank you. Police in Fairfax County are looking for a suspect who attempted to rob a bank over the weekend. And take a look. It happened Saturday on Little River Turnpike in Annandale at the TD Bank. Police say the suspect wore a Donald Duck sweatshirt, entered the bank, passed a note, and demanded money. The suspect then left the bank. No money was taken. Anyone with information should contact police. Well, there are new details tonight regarding a theft over the weekend involving a D.C. business. The person made off with close to $1,000 from Pearl's Bagels across the street from the convention center. The suspect walked into the shop during its busiest time and claimed to be there to inspect fire suppression equipment in the kitchen. Dave Laval has followed the story since it happened. He joins us now from the bagel shop. And Dave, have there been any other reported cases around the district?
Mark, D.C. police say there have been none so far, and very likely this bagel shop is the only victim. However, it does appear the person who stole the money has been active elsewhere around the country. Security footage caught this man dressed in black with the ball cap Saturday morning at Pearl's Bagels. He told the manager on duty he was there to inspect fire suppression equipment over the cooking area.
So then he said, I'm with Fireline, which is the company we contract with.
Co-owner Oliver Cox says the man in black does not work for Fireline. He presented 4 receipts totaling $970 from a company called Metro Fire Prevention. The owner says it does not exist. The man left a short time later with the money without completing the inspection.
He knew what he was doing. He knew how he needed to talk, what he needed to say to seem legit. And he caught us off guard with the cash thing, and he got away with it.
Law enforcement agencies in other states say the theft resembles cases in their communities. Take a look at this man captured by security cameras last August at a Pittsburgh restaurant. Police told us the man claimed to be from Metro Fire Prevention. He also has a similar build and clothes to the suspect in Saturday's theft in D.C. The man also vanished after he had been paid in cash without completing the inspection. We found in about half of the other cases around the Northeast, including Pittsburgh, the suspect claimed to be with the fire department.
Inspectors will never, ever take payment.
D.C. Fire Marshal Mitchell Cannery says that's not the only way to tell if it's a real fire department inspector.
That uniform consists of a department-issued shirt, which is generally white with a patch on it. They will have their name tag visible. Most of the times they'll have a badge. They will always have photo identification.
Pittsburgh police have issued an arrest warrant in connection with its case. D.C. police are still working to identify the man in Saturday's incident. D.C. Fire and EMS told us just a short time ago someone impersonated a fire inspector last June. That person made off with $600 cash from the business along Connecticut Avenue Northwest. It's not clear if that's connected to what happened here at Pearl's Bagels. We're live in the Mount Vernon Triangle. Dave Laval, D.C. News Now.
Business owners beware. Thank you, Dave. Well, the district is launching its first ever Latino Restaurant Week. It was announced today at the Greater Washington Hispanic Chamber of Commerce Executive Luncheon. The event will highlight diverse cuisine from several Latino restaurants. About 18 restaurants have already signed up.
We know how important restaurants and hospitality are to our comeback. As I like to say, restaurants and hospitality and nightlife and arts aren't just fun and games, so they are fun. It helps the bottom line of our city.
And there are nearly 70 Latino-owned businesses in the district. No word yet on when Latino Restaurant Week will officially begin.